Guys, today is one of my favorite videos to shoot. It's probably my favorite video to shoot of the whole year. Today is the top 5 luxury built-in grills. This year we're gonna categorize it, differentiate between carts and built-in. So this year we're doing our top 5 luxury built-in. Now, why is the luxury my favorite category? Because we are talking ridiculous, completely unnecessary, completely too expensive, completely over the top, something you do not need, but you probably want it. And this year, could this be the first year? This has been the perennial #1, the Hestan, for years. Is this the year that they actually get dethroned, or will it stay at #1? Let's roll. All right, don't forget, if you guys are in the Denver, Colorado area, come to our showroom today. You can shop for all of our ridiculously luxurious gas grills, or our other categories too if you want. If you're new to our channel, make sure to subscribe, follow us, give us a thumbs up on this video if you enjoy it, follow us on TikTok, all the places, helps us out a ton. Also, if you haven't seen our golf channel, we sell golf equipment in our showroom now. We put that on a separate channel. I know you guys are thinking, barbecues and golf? Those don't go together. They do go together and they're awesome. And we're different than other stores. So that's why barbecues and golf are together. It's pretty cool. All right, let's get to business. Number 5, coming in number 5. So we have the DCS 9 series. So this gas grill is actually made in Mexico. So none of our top 5 are made in China. They're all either gonna be made in Mexico. The other 4 are actually made in the United States. So what do we love about DCS? Well, especially this larger 9 series, comes in different sizes, but this thing just lights up like crazy. So look at this. We got interior hood lighting, and then we have this ridiculous light on our rotisserie motor. And just to show you the differences here. So there's the hood light off with just that on. I mean, that does a really good job by itself. Okay, and then that's with just the hood lights on, which does okay, but man, together, this is the brightest gas grill in the series, believe it or not. So we have spring assisted hood. One of my favorite things about this grill is when you can give me ways to make a rotisserie more functional, that adds a lot of functionality to how you can use a product. Well, DCS is one of the only brands that does this. So we have multi-layer warming racks. So we got 2 tiers. So it's a nice tall cooking space, and look how much height we got here. Okay, so we got 9 inches between that and our warming rack. That's the real deal. Now the second warming rack is over 1 foot. No other gas grill is gonna give you that height. So really, really cool. I also like to give you this solid pan with the rotisserie burner right under it. So you could do all kinds of stuff. Like you could use it as a casserole dish and put cinnamon rolls in there. I mean, I could go on and on. That's just first thing off the top of my head. Biscuits and gravy. Sure, do it. I don't care. You get the rotisserie standard, obviously. They also do cast stainless cooking grates. Now, usually we see cast stainless burners, but cast stainless cooking grates that are reversible is super cool. So this sort of U-shaped sides, your juices will sit in here and then re-incinerate back into the flavor of the meat. And then they're also unique in the sense that they're tilted. So these are at an angle. So all your grease drippings are gonna drip forward down into the grease trap in the front. So I think from a grease management standpoint, it's one of the best out there. The longer I do this video, the more I'm like, man, this is only number 5. That means the other 4 must be really good. But this is an awesome grill. So let's look at the ceramic briquettes. Oh, also here, when you do the larger one, this is standard cooking grates that go over a charcoal tray. So you also have a charcoal tray that you can put cooking grates over. If you wanted to sear over charcoal, you can do that, no problem as well. Now their little ceramic briquettes are unique in the sense that they're sort of little roly-polies. So you can spin these and rotate these to a clean side. That way you're not having flare-ups. And then, you know, nothing to write home about with the burners. Just your standard U-shaped burner, rock solid. Pretty easy to use. Hot surface ignition. So it has all the features I'm looking for in a luxury grill. And this is obviously the cart model. We're specifically talking built-in. What's nice about DCS is you can always start with the cart model and then the heads detach. You can always build it in later. Side shelves are pretty awesome. You can do these walnut cutting boards. So little side point on the side shelves. See what I did there, Chris? All right, that's number 5. Now, I kind of went through that one super fast. That's because we got 5 of these to do. I have a full 20-minute video just on this grill. Same with all of our grills. So we'll include links below if you want to see the full-length video on the grill that you're particularly interested in. All right, should we get to number 4?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, coming in at number 4, is going to be the Lynx Professional Series. Now, if you've watched any of my Lynx reviews, you know that the Lynx Professional Series, actually the Lynx product category, period, there's only one grill I like in their series. I shouldn't say that. I like all their grills, but there's only one grill that I think is worthy of the top 5, and it's their secret sauce. It's only the only reason I would buy a Lynx, honestly, to tell you the truth. So these guys are made in California. Their number 1 feature is their all Trident burners. So if you're gonna order this grill, do it only with all Trident. And people are like, like you can't, I just don't want all sear burners. I promise you, this thing gets the sear, they're one of the only infrared burners that get as low as 300. In the Trident shape, with sort of these 3 little poles per burner. I mean, look how evenly these are spaced. So in the Trident feature, 1, it sears really, really good. 2, it promotes extremely even cooking. And number 3, with that infrared ceramic burner, it incinerates grease. So you basically, it's one of the best grills for not having flare-ups. Strictly from a cooking surface standpoint only, this is probably top 1 or 2 on the actual cooking surface, if that makes sense. Now that's heavily weighted. That's why it's in the top 5. It is made in California, like I mentioned, all 304 stainless, just super simple, clean lines. We have lit up exterior knobs. We have lit up interior lighting. The rolling handle is kind of nice. So, you know, it just rolls. So you can just hold the handle the whole time. Very, very simple, clean lines. I like too, the rotisserie has 2 different tiers. So we can set up our rotisserie motor on 2 different setups. We can go high or low based on where we want our cooking rod, here or here. Then our warming rack also, I like that warming racks can get up out of the way without having to remove it from the grill. So I really like that. Standard 304 cooking grates, we'll give you some samples of what it's like when we're actually cooking on this. We have some shots of that. Obviously, I'm really just focusing on grill heads, but one of the nice things about Lynx is if you want your entire outdoor kitchen to match, they have one of the more attractive, simple, clean lines on their storage drawers, kind of like the Tesla handles. So really, really good high quality accessories. Obviously pizza oven warming drawer, cutting board, and double burner. So I would also look at Lynx if you're doing an extensive outdoor kitchen setup, because they have some of the best drawers and accessories, if that makes sense. So everything kind of blends and matches together. That's another good reason to go with Lynx. Also, side note, people have been asking about Viking grills. Lynx and Viking are made by the same company. So if you are a Viking fan or a Viking customer and your entire indoor kitchen is Viking, little secret, Lynx makes the Viking grills. So Viking is going to cost you more money and it's going to have worse features. So the Lynx is the upgraded version of the Viking, but they actually charge more of a premium for the Viking name, if that makes sense. So a little secret, if you're shopping for Viking grills, do a Lynx grill, because aesthetically it's going to be identical, except it's going to say Lynx. The all Trident burners are not offered in the Viking. So you're going to pay less, get the all Trident, and it's going to match all the Viking equipment anyways, because it's the exact same head. So little tip for you. I'm going on a little rant there. So anyways, that's the Lynx. Here's why it's not rated higher. As good as their cooking surface is, I think the hood is a little, I would like a thicker hood. I would like this hood to be a little thicker on the sides. It's not bad, but for the luxury category, I would like to see that. I would also like to see, at this price point, the rest of the competitors, not the rest of them, a handful of the competitors give you hidden rotisserie motor. So you have the rotisserie motor on the side, and I wish they would go to more of a compact spring This spring here, these are susceptible to overheating. When they overheat, they warp and they get very, very noisy. Now, they'll send you new ones for free, so it's not a big deal, but it is just a touch annoying. So I would like a little bit better fit and finish for a grill this expensive. So that's my only knock on it. All right, should we get to number 3? Okay, coming in at number 3, is gonna be the American-made grill series. So obviously based on their name, they are American-made. They're made in California. This is a relaunched line that they came out with a year or two ago from the Somerset lineup. So it's basically their premium products that they moved to its own branding and sort of did a much better polished fit and finish, which I really like, which has sort of elevated this grill to number 3. So they basically have a couple different platforms. This is the all gas model. You've seen us rate the American Muscle Grill before. The Muscle Grill, which we'll show you some shots of that, is gonna be the hybrid grill. So the Muscle Grill is gonna give you the option for charcoal trays, wood chip trays, all that stuff, where you can really use it more like a Kalamazoo premium grill. But the fit and finish is the same whether you do all gas or the hybrid. Okay, so what do I like about this grill? Well, they give you a lot standard. So you're gonna get this heavy duty skillet standard with the grill. Then of course, again, we have a lot of good vertical height in the grill. Rotisserie is gonna be standard. Heavy duty cooking grates, all stainless steel. A lot of that stuff, again, I'm just kind of running through because everything in the luxury category has that. So not a lot to really focus on there. You do get these little dividers. They're gonna help your zones. You also get an infrared burner standard, and what I like about this infrared burner is look how massive that thing is. So this thing is humongous, which is really cool. But also, I think they're very unique with the regular burners. They use the ceramic briquettes. And you guys know I have a love-hate relationship with these. They're super, they work how they're intended. But I don't like brands that aren't flippable, because when grease piles up on this, you're gonna get a lot of flare-ups. This one looks fairly flippable. I've done them before where they'll fall out, but I suppose you can flip this over, burn everything off, and cook on the other side. But look at these burners. So they do cast red brass. I mean, that thing is impressive. So obviously these are completely bulletproof, super high BTU, gonna give you a really even cooking zone. That's why I would say it's rated where it is it has like a super high quality burner, and then just really nice, clean, simple lines. Again, if I had a critique, it's probably the exact same thing as the Lynx. It's gonna be these spring-assisted hoods, as well as I would love a hidden rotisserie motor. But when you do a hidden rotisserie motor, see, this is a little more beefy, but this has to be thicker because you basically have a drivetrain in there, and you're gonna have to utilize that in order to make that happen. So again, those would be my only complaints with this grill, but really rock solid product. Again, they don't have as many accessories as Lynx, so you may be limited on some of the outdoor kitchen accessories, but that's American made, coming in at number 3. Should we get to number 2 and number 1? Coming in at number 2, or is it number 2? We have the Twin Eagles Eagle 1. I'm not telling you if it's number 2. So this grill has made it very, very difficult for me to give number 1 to Hestan. I'm not gonna rank them yet. I'm gonna go through each of the features of the Eagle 1 and each of the features of the Hestan. And at the end, I'm gonna tell you which one is number 1. Even as I'm saying it, I'm not positive. I'm hoping this video is gonna give me a little clarity. So let's start with going over the features of the Eagle 1, and then we'll go over the features of the Hestan, and then we'll wrap it up and I will give you my decision. Okay, so the Eagle 1 is of course made by Twin Eagles, and this is their luxury, most ridiculous, absurd, completely over the top gas grill I've ever seen. I'm gonna say this, curb appeal, Chris, if I stand back here and check it out, I don't think I can say with the lid down, now this is of course not why you buy a grill, but I don't think I can say that there's a gas grill that looks more attractive from the curb. Would I be wrong? No. No, it is awesome. Like, it is so clean, and I love this sort of blue light that lights up the whole panel, not just the knobs. I'll get to it in a second, but I love that there's no temperature gauge. It's just simple, clean stainless steel. And I love the design of these lines here. Money. Now again, that's not why you spend 10 grand on a gas grill, but it certainly doesn't help. I mean, it certainly helps, right? Okay, so number one thing that we talked about, we don't have a temperature gauge here. Now this is not hooked up, so it's not gonna show it, but when I engage these burners, see how our lighting is giving me how high or low we are with these blue LEDs, how intense the light is. This will also, when it's hot, turn red. So you'll know that burner's on quickly just by looking at the grill. Also, here's our temperature reading. So these are little LED lights. Now it's not gonna give us an exact temp, but it's gonna go from like green to red. So when it's solid red, this grill is full blaze. You're probably gonna be, 800-900 degrees inside the grill. So a little bit of a sacrifice, but I think it's worth it for the curb appeal. I love like the sort of matte stainless with the gloss on all the seam work. I don't know, it's awesome. I just love it. Okay, spring assisted hood. Now in a gas grill this expensive, of course, we still have these springs, but they're much shorter and they're much more concealed in a way where they're not gonna overheat. So I love that. Also, check this out. I love grills that give me a storage spot for my rotisserie. How cute is that? How adorable is that? Look at this. I mean, first of all, what are you gonna do with something that big? Come on, it's ridiculous. So this stores in a nice little cubby spot. And then our forks. So obviously you're gonna have a storage door somewhere, so you can just throw your forks down in there. Let's talk storage real quick. Twin Eagles has a really, really good lineup of storage. And one of the things that I really like is they have their budget model, Delta Heat, which will be in our premium category. So if you want a review on that, we'll get to that. But their Delta Heat storage is much more affordable, but it still matches all the Twin Eagles stuff. So if you wanted to dump your money into the grill itself and then save some money on storage, you could go Twin Eagles Delta Heat route. It's a really good way to save some money on the rest of the island and sort of splurge on the gas grill. So that's a huge benefit to this grill. Let's talk rotisserie. So I just turned it on. I don't know if you can hear it, but the motor's going. So see, these guys are spinning, and it's a drivetrain rotisserie. So again, look at how beefy this thing is, top and bottom. It's because you need this depth in here for this chain to be driven. So I love hidden rotisserie motors because 3/4 of the time you're never using it. And again, we got multiple setups here, and again, a ton of height in this gas grill. The rotisserie is an infrared glass burner, and just look how attractive that thing is. Again, that's not why you buy this thing, but this has a nice red glow to it. It's not full blown on the top like the Hestan, which I'll get to in a second, but it is at the higher 45-degree angle. So I think you could get a little clever with it on using it more like that rooftop rotisserie burner. Their cooking grates are, oh my gosh, insane. I don't know what these weigh. If I had to guess, I would say 40 pounds just here. I mean, they're hexagon or octagon shape. What are they, 8 sides or 6? 8 sides. So, I mean, again, completely unnecessary. But with them this dense, I mean, nothing's slipping through there. I mean, you could do whatever you want with veggies, things like that. Gosh, I like break my fingers trying to put this back in. You can see infrared burner comes standard. This only comes in a 42 and a 54. So if you want a 54-inch, this is the grill to do. Also, our lighting has a little knob here. So when this is closed, when the grill is closed, our light is going to turn on and off. Same thing, kind of my complaint earlier. Let's get it in here. Ceramic briquettes, not my absolute world's favorite design, but again, heavy duty enough. I like that they're smaller, so you're dealing with smaller increments and it's just a little easier to work with. think the smaller briquettes and trying to handle and flip bigger ones. This is a little simpler. Big U-shaped burners, that's gonna be a hot surface ignition, and then we also have dividers here. So this is the Eagle One in a nutshell. All right, let's talk Hestan. Now, again, if you're already watch our channel, you're probably blue in the face hearing me talk about Hestan, but if you're not, we'll give you a little run through anyway. What makes Hestan so good? Well, first let's talk aesthetics. So, oh, I forgot to mention with the Twin Eagles, they just started coming out with colored panels. I think that's gonna be more on the C series. I'm not sure if it's available on the Eagle One. I also forgot to mention the C series would be just a step down from the Eagle One for the sake of the top 5. I didn't include 2 Twin Eagles in that, but the C series is a really, really solid grill, has a lot of the features that the Eagle One has. It's just not quite on steroids like the Eagle One. Okay, so the Hestan has a very unique look. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing in the sense that it's a little more busy. So they have their sort of patented looking handle. They do all the color panels, which I think look really good. I personally have this grill at home. I did it in black. I love the way that the colors look. But if you like a more understated grill, more like the Twin Eagles, the Hestan may or may not be for you. But if you like it to be unique, then that could be a good thing. I think they have the best spring-assisted hood design. The hood will always stay put. It's the lightest to lift up. And then the lights just are on sensors, so they will turn on and off as you go through this thing. Of course, we have hidden rotisserie motor. Same thing. The best thing about this grill is probably that the rotisserie burner is on the roof. They're really the only ones that do that, so it kind of doubles as a broiler. Again, like I said with the DCS, the fact that we can use rotisserie for a variety of reasons gives me good reason to spend the extra money on it. And I love that their cooking or their warming shelves just fold flat. So again, that they're completely out of the way. The rotisserie spit sits up here. So again, we can store that up out of the way. And then they have flippable laser cut cooking grates. Again, a very unique feature. I wouldn't say that these are better than the thick, because the Twin Eagles ones are just so monstrous, but just a different overall look. I have this grill at home. I've been cooking on it for about a year. I'm gonna save my opinion on it for cooking on a year for another video. But let's just say I don't really have a lot of complaints with it. You can order this grill with all standard burners, or the most common way would be the one infrared burner here. And then what else is really slick about this grill is their ceramic briquettes are designed to be completely reversible. I like this feature. Like I said, I have this grill at home. The fact that I can always flip these and be cooking on a clean side is really, really money, because it just does help reduce flare-ups. They have their trellis burners, which are with 321 stainless, so they're just a little more, you know, durable in salty conditions if you live near the ocean or something like that. I think the trellis promotes a nice even heat. I'd say our one complaint we've had from clients is they do run a little warm. At my house, I would say that that's true as well. However, when I'm using my gas grill, I'm cooking everything hot anyways. I have a separate smoker. If I'm going low and slow or on a lower temp, I'm usually not using my gas grill anyhow. So that's it in a nutshell. Again, if you want the full length video on this, we'll include links below. Okay, so which one is number one? I'm gonna say, you guys are gonna be annoyed. It's situational to you. So let's start with a couple reasons why you would buy one over the other. The downside to the Hestan would be the look is so unique that you almost have to buy their storage drawers, which are expensive. But what's awesome about it is it obviously looks great and everything matches. I'll show you a clip at my house with all the matching Hestan storage drawers. The downside is you're gonna spend a lot of coin on that. The nice thing about this, like I said, because it's just a simple stainless design, you can match the Delta heat with it, or if you even want to go even more affordable, a lot of people will do like this grill with blaze storage, because again, it's just all simple stainless. So you can mix and match storage drawers easier with the Twin Eagles. So if that's kind of what you're looking for, Twin Eagles might be a better choice if you prefer the understated look. Let's talk sizes. They're very different in what sizes they come in. So the Hestan comes in 30, 36, and 42. The Eagle One comes in a 42 and a 54, I want to say. That's it. So if you need a 36 or smaller, you'd either have to jump down to the C series or go to the Hestan. If you need, Hestan does not make anything bigger than a 42. So if you wanted the 54 or a grill bigger than 42 inches, you're gonna need to go with the Twin Eagles. So that can narrow it down by size to help you make your decision. Outside of that, I'm gonna say this would be 1B and Hestan's still 1A. And the only reason is two reasons. Three reasons. Two reasons. Three, let's go three. The spring assisted hood is better on the Hestan. It is. It stays put. The rotisserie function is better on the Hestan. And the fact that our ceramic briquettes are 100% reversible is a little bit better. So I think functionality wise, the Hestan gives you a little bit more functionality. Warranties are good with both brands. That's another thing people always ask about warranties. A lot of times I say, sometimes your warranty is as good as the place you buy it from. So any product you buy here, you're gonna get, go look at our Google rating. You're gonna get a superior product and superior service. We pay customer service guys. That's all they do is sit at a desk and help you out with any problem you may have. A little side rant there, a little sales pitch. I don't like to get salesy in my videos, but sometimes you gotta. But that's really about it. I would say if you, man, this thing just looks so good. I think this grill is beefier. So if you want a beefier, more heavy duty feeling barbecue, this thing feels more robust to me, if that makes sense. It's really, really close, honestly. It is the closest it's ever been, and I don't think you can go wrong either way. They're about in the same price point in the 42 inch. So that's our review. Let me know what you guys think. Put it in the comment section if you agree, if you disagree, what points you liked, what points you didn't like, and tell me what I'm missing. You guys are never afraid to tell me what I'm doing wrong, so why stop now, right? All right, we'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned. We have our premium lineups to do and our quality lineups to do. A lot of gas grills to review, and we only have so much time. Let's go.